Hello, wonderful followers and subscribers of Holy Ghost Son. I hope this video finds you well. Please, if today is your first time coming across my video, I want to say a big thank you to you for stopping by to watch. I count it a privilege seeing you here. Alright, please, before we delve into this topic, kindly do me a favor by giving this video a thumbs up and please share. Guys, a couple of days ago, about 2 days ago, we saw the viral video of, Wike, the FCT minister, derogatory, and also, threatening that they're going to fail the Labour Party senator in 2027 that she will not return back to Senate. Right now, I want to show you a video of Rufai Oseni, of AriseTv, and the Abuja resident, how they responded to Wike accordingly. Okay, this video is a must, so please watch it to the end. Also, in this video, I'm going to show you how our politicians, our women have been complaining that the men don't give them space in the Nigeria politics. Now, the few that we have in the Senate House, I want to show you how Wike friend, who happened to be the Senate president, is bullying them in this video. Please watch it today. Please share it to sensitize Nigeria. God bless you. Let's watch it together.
Okay, well, he said it no. He's the FCT minister, but the senator was elected by the people. But wait, before I come, I know they are violent this morning. Let me just take this reaction. This is from Dr. Mo, who wrote, Wike's actions in the FCT are nothing short of disgraceful. After commissioning a mere bus stop motor park, he had the audacity to derogate Senator Ireti Kingibe. This comes after he received a staggering 1.2 trillion naira to fix roads in the FCT, along with an additional 93 billion naira from the supplementary budget to complete ongoing projects that were already funded. Yet, instead of tangible progress, we see petty projects and public insults. Wike's behavior epitomizes the lack of accountability plaguing Nigeria. Rufai.
The very first thing I'd like to say is, dare ye some Wike, you are not God. You cannot, on God's earth, threaten a woman and say, oh, she will come for re-election. You are the one in charge of the territory. You are just a minister. This woman got the mandate of the people of FCT. And what you mean by what happened before will not happen again? Let me tell you what happened before. What happened before was that the people came out en masse to vote for what their choice is. And it's not about you. And as when that woman won that election and she was sworn into the Senate, you were not FCT minister. You came in afterwards. Like I said before, two of you might not get on properly, but you must be able to work for the interests of the FCT people. So please, you might have things against Madam Kingibe, but you must work with her. And if she says there are no hospitals, nobody represents the people like Madam Kingibe. She has a right to say there are no hospitals because she's the one representing them in the Senate. And she's the one to raise their concerns. So if you are launching roads and you are launching bus stops, and she's saying that's not what my people need, it is best for you to listen to her based on what the people need, because she's going to be the one that's going to be accountable to the people, not you.
Rufai, it's also an indictment. I mean, what does he mean by
not you.
come 2027?
2077, that you are the Lord of the Manon now.
But you know what?
You are not
Rufai,
God. You are not God.
I mean, to show off. Well, let me take these reactions.
Okay.
This is from Daniel Buala, who wrote, has Governor Wike's designer defected? Simfuvara seemed to have snatched his structure and his fashion designer, Oginina Fiobiko, to add injury to insult, or to add injury to salt. I've never heard this one before. He wore this in the summer, or to put it the African way, during hot weather. Well, GRV wrote, the Nigerian Minister of FCT Wike uses a whole Versace local patch midi coat worth 4.2 million naira. Louis Vuitton moccasin worth 1.55 million naira and fedora hat worth 400,000 naira. Just for himself while proposing to pay workers a 60,000 naira monthly. I mean, this definitely did not look good on the minister. This picture has been trending on social media. I mean, I'm not a fan of that outfit. I don't know about you, Adefemi. That outfit for me looks ridiculous.
I think, do you know what? Remove any biases aside. Just looking at the picture, it doesn't fit. So if it truly crossed that much, 4-point-something million naira, I do think they could just a little bit of tailoring. If we're looking at the outfit itself,
yes.
Don't want to say anything else. That being said, oh, he's even given us some ankle. Do you see the leg?
Absolutely. I mean, the shoes,
okay.
the moccasins. I mean, this definitely did not look good on the minister. This picture has been trending on social media. I mean, I'm not a fan of that outfit. I don't know about you, Adefemi. That outfit for me looks ridiculous.
I think, do you know what? Remove any biases aside. Just looking at the picture, it doesn't fit. So if it truly crossed that much, 4-point-something million naira, I do think they could just a little bit of tailoring. If we're looking at the outfit itself,
yes.
Don't want to say anything else. That being said, oh, he's even given us some ankle. Do you see the leg?
Absolutely. I mean, the shoes, the moccasins.
I didn't know we were looking at a fashion icon. The minister of fashion is what we're looking at. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. You see, I'm a taller person. It looks a little different. That being said, I do think his comments towards Senator Kingibe are, to put it plainly, distasteful. And I think that we've been talking a lot about democracy in so many different countries, and here in Nigeria we can't let these types of comments fall by the wayside. How can you say, well, we'll see what happens in 2027? What do you mean by that? Are you saying that these elections, they're not free and fair? That these aren't the choices of the people? It's the choice of the FCT minister?
Which we'll come to
Oh.
as well. This is all coming at the same time. I mean, we have this issue in River State where, you know, a lot of issues about whether or not the election was conducted credibly in that state as well. But this is so unfortunate. Right. The minister needs to respond to Nigerians. Hopefully he'll come out with some sort of rebuttal with that statement, especially against Ireti King Ibe. Really.
If you are very, very popular, 2027, come and run under Abuja. We will friend you. You think that what happened last time will happen again?
Where else in the world will a serving minister be talking down in such a derogatory manner to a serving senator? Only in Nigeria will Wike be telling a senator to go and hug transformer simply because the senator said he is not working. He is so pained about the remark that he had to resort to insults, as if he is beyond reproach. No one is. And he went to the extent of telling the senator that they will make sure she doesn't return to office in 2027. Who is demarketing Nigeria in this situation? Or is it only when opposition points out what the government is doing wrong that they tell them they are demarketing the country? Isn't it shameless that a Nigerian minister is commissioning a car park? Ordinary car park that a local government chairman wouldn't even bother to go and commission by himself. He would simply send an aide to go and cut the tape. But here we are, a minister invited the world, hired canopies, hired microphones, invited the press, and is singing his own praises, telling the world how they operate in Nigeria, that they can determine who wins election, despite the fact that in our own democracy, every person is supposed to have one vote, but he's making it obvious that this is a rigorous paradise and they can get away with it, they can do whatever they want, no consequences. Remember that this same man, after all the bragging during the presidential election, that was when he was still the governor of River State, he still ended up losing his polling unit to Labour Party. He didn't stop there, he lost his local government area of Obiakpo local government area. He also lost the entire River State to Labour Party. Pained by the humiliation on that day, he had to deploy thugs and policemen to trash the entire election.
Police don't come snatch our ballot box.
You can see in the video they were trashing all the ballots. They invaded all the polling units in their bid to rig the election in favor of APC. It took several days for the election to be announced. While they were announcing the results at Abuja, the IREV portal of INEC, where they are supposed to be uploading results, was telling a different thing. It was showing a different election. Many media houses verified it, BBC verified it, Premium Times, many media houses in Nigeria. The results are still there today. Labour Party won in River State and INEC announced something entirely different. So Wike thinks that he can repeat what he did in Rivers State during the presidential election in Abuja. It will not work. Abuja has the highest concentration of educated and enlightened people in Nigeria. It is the federal capital, of course. So he will still be humbled in due time. Anyway, why did he respond in such a manner? We know he's the kind of person that behaves like a thug. Two things are clear. One is that they say clear conscience fears no accusation. If you know you didn't do anything wrong, why react in such a manner? You simply correct the person and show what you're doing. The senator simply called him out and say, my constituents are complaining that there is no water, ordinary drinking water in many communities in FCT. What are you doing about it? In fact, a market got burnt the other day simply because there was no water to quench the fire. There's no water around the area, so the firemen couldn't fight the fire. Imagine getting water several kilometers away to come back and fight fire. How are you going to fight the fire? The fire will burn down everything.
Wike is boasting that because he's doing tie roads that were already tied. Some of these roads that Wike has scraped in both in Matama, and there are no roads in Nyanya, there are no roads in Karo, there are no roads in Kerishi, there are no roads in Kuba, there are no roads in Gwagwalada. Even the roads, the ones he completed were what Bello has been doing. And alone on those ones, he collected about 1.2 trillion. 1.2 trillion. It's because there's no accountability in Nigeria. That's why most people don't know what is going on.
So this is the problem many residents of Abuja are facing. Instead of him addressing these issues, he's busy raining insults. He's busy scraping roads and resurfacing them in Maitama and Asokoro, as if these are the only areas in Abuja. The second reason is that Wike might be a misogynist. It's very possible. If you look at the running battle he has had with the governor of Rivers State, Sim Fubara, Wike has never talked to him in such a condescending manner. Yes, despite the fact that the senator doesn't want to accept that Wike is trying to bully her because she's a woman, it seems that she's trying to be politically correct. Look at the exchange she had with the Senate President Akpabio on the Senate floor.
Though I am in the committee of the Federal Capital Territory, whenever critical matters like budget or anything to do with the FCT is being discussed, I am never told. All I see is that it has been brought to the Senate. Sir, in the Federal Capital Territory...
No, the civil senator, Ereti.
Please, may I finish speaking?
The order you are referring to.
You can see they are all bullies, serious abuse of power. Because one is number 3 man in the country, he's treating a fellow senator as if the person is below him, as if he's a god. Compare their exchange to the exchange between Akpabio and the senator representing Anambra North Senatorial District.
The way you were elected was the way you were elected. Are we your slaves? How else you can suspend me here? Are we your slaves? Every time you keep on picking leadership for us. We are not your slaves. Whether you like it or not, the way you are elected was the way we are elected. We are not your slaves. The way you are elected was the way we are elected. How else you can suspend me?
You can see he met his match, a fellow man. He was shouting back at him, you can't appoint someone of questionable character as the minority leader. So you can see the bar is very low. You must meet a certain character, the lowest of the character, in order to belong to their party. That's why they don't understand governance. The party is just a means to get to office. Immediately you get to office, you drop everything concerning partisan politics and face governance. Governance shouldn't suffer because of party politics. You are saying that you don't want to meet the woman, you don't want to talk to her, you want to avoid her, that she will not come back, she will not return as the senator representing the FCT. And governance is suffering. People are suffering in Abuja, they don't have water. When her constituents call her and say, madam, we don't have water here, or what are you people doing? And she will call Wike because Wike is from the executive branch who got a budget of 1.3 trillion to execute projects for this year. So the woman is simply doing her job. And for those who keep comparing Senator Ereti with Wike, you can't compare the two. First of all, we have 3 arms of government: the legislative arm, the executive arm, and the judiciary arm. The work of a legislator is to make laws, pass budgets, and conduct oversight functions on the executive branch. If they pass budgets, they will conduct oversight functions to make sure that the budget is followed to the letter. They also fight hard in the Senate to make sure that projects are attracted to their constituencies. That's how it works. Never mind the fact that the Nigerian National Assembly found a way to include constituency projects. It's illegal, but they're doing it anyway. And you can't still compare the 500 million naira they receive